Yo, what's up guys, it's King Sean here, and in today's video, I want to do a rookie breakdown on 4th round receiver Jaylin Lane, just recently selected by the Washington Commanders. I want to do this rookie breakdown with each and every draft pick from the 2025 draft class for the Washington Commanders, and I'll be starting with Jaylin Lane today. So before we get into today's video, make sure y'all leave a like down below, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into today's video. Alright, so Jaylin Lane, 5'10", 191 pounds, receiver out of Virginia Tech, has 31 and 3/4 inch arms and 9 and 7/8 inch hands. So although Jaylin Lane is on the shorter side, obviously, he does have pretty solid length, right? And this video is going to be different from, my instant reactions video from about a month or two ago, when we first selected these guys. I want to talk about how these guys will really help our team in year one, right? Because Jaylin Lane, he will help our team in year one. Maybe not a lot on the offensive side of the ball, but definitely on special teams, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But I just stated, Lane has terrific length. He also has amazing athleticism. He ran a 4.34 at the combine, 10-yard split, a vertical jump of 40, so he can jump high, and an 11 feet broad jump, which is amazing. Also put up some good 3-cone and a good 20-yard shuttle time. So Jaylin Lane, the athleticism is there and it shows on tape, man. He's super fast. You can use him in a variety of ways. I don't want to compare him to Deebo Samuel, but you can compare him to Deebo Samuel in terms of versatility, because he can be used in so many different ways. He can be used on reverses, right end arounds, wide receiver screens. He can be used in the slot, and he can go deep, right? So there's so many ways in which you can use Jaylin Lane. That's why when we first picked him, I really liked the pick, but now that, 2 months since the draft, I absolutely love the pick, because we've heard a lot of good things about Jaylin Lane, and I've watched more of his tape, and he's a guy that will come in day one and can help this team a whole lot. Alright, so Jaylin Lane, I did watch his film before we selected him before the draft, so I already knew of Jaylin Lane when we selected him, but I went back to watch his film even more when we selected him, and I wrote down a lot of notes, his strengths and weaknesses. Let's start with his strengths, man. He has tremendous speed and overall explosion, and has great burst off the line of scrimmage. He's a guy that really has build-up speed, right? So you get the ball in his hand, and say he's in open field, you'll really see that speed start to go once he accelerates, and that's what I mean. He really has build-up speed more than anything else, right? But still has amazing speed. He does a good job of making quick cuts. He's great in open space, can be a dynamic punt returner. We saw that on display at Virginia Tech. I think he had 2 punt return touchdowns this past season. Not 100% sure. We'll have to double check that, but he can be a dynamic returner for us, man, and that's where he's going to help us the most this season. Once again, I'll talk about that in a bit. He's really good in the short to intermediate range of the field, and can be used in a variety of ways: sweeps, reverses, screen passes, deep, etc., etc. So Lane has great speed, great overall explosion, can be great on special teams as a returner, great in open space, and can be used in a variety of ways. So all those things about Jaylin Lane, man, are absolutely incredible and can really help this team. As for his weaknesses, he has a smaller build, right, at 5'10", 191 pounds. Although he is lengthy, which is a good thing, he's not the most physical guy, so he may need to put up some more strength, right? So he does struggle a little bit when it comes to creating separation against press man coverage. Just man coverage, like off man coverage, he does a really good job of getting open, but press man coverage, a DB could kind of, out-strength him, I guess you could say, right? Out-muscle him, right? So he may need to get up his strength a little bit more to deal better with press man coverage. And also, he's not an amazing blocker in the run game, and you would like to see his route tree expanded more. But I feel like that's just the way Virginia Tech used him, which is why his route tree is not amazing right now. But overall, man, Jaylin Lane, he's dynamic. He can be used in a variety of ways. This season, he'll be used mostly on special teams as a returner, but don't be surprised if we have a lot of packages for him so he can get on the field on offense, and that's basically how he's going to get on the field this season, in my opinion, man. So Jaylin Lane, he can be a really good player for us just in his rookie year. This past season at Virginia Tech, Jaylin Lane played in all 12 games, had 36 receptions for 466 yards and 2 touchdowns, 12.3 yards per reception. And when you look at that, you may be, unimpressed, but when you actually turn on the tape, you see how many times Jaylin Lane is actually open on plays. The Virginia Tech QB situation last year was awful, terrible, and they ran the ball a whole lot with Bashor Tutin, who is now a Jacksonville Jaguar. They drafted him in the 4th round, right? So Jaylin Lane, he just did not see the ball enough, and that's because Virginia Tech ran the ball a lot and because their QB situation was awful. So their QB would either just not see Lane was open or would miss him, right? Which was unfortunate. Lane also had 18 carries for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. So that's where you see, him being used on reverses, right? Short passes, going for good gains or even a touchdown, right? Those will count as, rushing plays, right? So that's the versatility with Jaylin Lane. Most importantly, however, his returning ability. His first 3 years at Middle Tennessee didn't really do much in his freshman year, but in his sophomore year, had 295 yards and 1 punt return touchdown, which is great. Also had 285 kick return yards, which is really, really good as well. So he does have kick return ability as well. He may be our starting kick returner, but I can assure you for a fact that he will definitely be our starting punt returner. And then this past season at Virginia Tech, Lane had 24 returns for 245 yards and 1 punt return touchdown. Didn't really return many kicks, so he was primarily used as a punt returner this past season at Virginia Tech. He took one back against Marshall, I'm pretty sure. I have to double check that, but he did have a punt return for a touchdown this past season. So you see how dynamic Jaylin Lane can be as a punt returner. He's going to be our starting punt returner this year. That's where he's going to make his most impact as a rookie. I would not be surprised if he has a punt return touchdown this year. Heck, I wouldn't even be surprised if he had more than 1. Maybe 2, maybe 3. We'll see, right? But what I know is Jaylin Lane, he's going to come in here and have an immediate impact as a punt returner. And hey, who knows? There's going to be packages for him on offense that may allow him to be on the field a good amount of times, and he may make an impact with those touches. We'll see, but overall, I'm excited to see what Jaylin Lane does this year in his rookie year. Right now, Noah Brown, he's hurt. We still haven't gotten an injury update on him, and the team doesn't have to give an injury update on him right now, but come training camp or before training camp, we should know. Hopefully we know sooner, but we probably won't know what the injury really is until training camp or right before training camp, right? And Michael Gallup, he's been dealing with a hamstring injury. He's just coming off of retirement. He unretired, signed with us, right? So, and his hamstring, he's been dealing with that for the past 2 weeks now. So, you never know, man. Depending on how serious Noah Brown's injury is, because maybe it's not season ending, right? Maybe it was just a really bad lower body injury, but it's not season ending, right? Maybe he'll be out for the first part of training camp and return later. Maybe he'll be out for the early parts of the season. Maybe, I'm not sure, but maybe with the injuries to Noah Brown, Michael Gallup, he may not make the roster. He may make it. He may not make it. We'll see, right? But Jaylin Lane, he may get more opportunities this year on offense than we expect him to get. So just want to tell you guys, if Noah Brown is injured this season, like injured the entire season, doesn't come back, Jaylin Lane, he may get more opportunities than we expect him to get. So Noah Brown's injury, man, definitely one to watch. And again, hopefully, we get an injury update soon, because depending on how long he is out may impact Jaylin Lane's amount of opportunities this season on offense. So that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe if you're not already subbed up, and turn on notifications. Comment down below your expectations for rookie receiver Jaylin Lane in his rookie season. And other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.